The Qatar World Cup is a disaster. It's embarrassing, weird, a failure, awkward, and very, very strange.
It's a bit strange, very strange.
Okay.
What do you mean strange?
According to the Western media, that is. But not according to the people. You see, Qatar was relentlessly smashed in the media in the lead up to this World Cup. They were humiliated and publicly shamed to a point that no one wanted them to succeed. No one believed in them.
There's people out there that don't believe in us. Shame on them.
They were blasted for almost everything, from their ban on alcohol, their requirement for modest clothing, their stance on the LGBT, and even for having separate queues for women passing through security.
Just had to go through a special gate in Qatar for ladies only.
So degrading. And look, by no means am I saying that all the criticism was baseless and overly dramatized. There were some valid criticisms that perhaps needed to be raised, but for the most part, the criticism was absolutely ridiculous. See, despite all the attempts to humiliate the nation, including the attempts of the superheroes in rainbow capes coming to the rescue, I think it's clear to see that they all failed miserably. Not only were the Qatari people able to silence their critics, but even the many foreigners in attendance left the detractors at a loss for words. I mean, let's start with the hysteria surrounding the alcohol ban in stadiums, a move that was labelled weird and strange by many.
Okay.
What do you mean strange?
It's just got a weird atmosphere. I've been to World Cups in Brazil and then also Russia.
Yet this so-called weird ban was a proven success. Multiple reports of women have come out saying they felt safe in the alcohol-free stadiums, safe from sexual harassment and catcalling. Numerous families have also come out praising the ban on alcohol for creating a family-friendly environment, allowing them to watch the football safely and peacefully. Truth is, it was never weird to ban alcohol. What is weird, however, is to be well aware of the numerous lives we've lost on our roads and in our homes to alcohol, yet still not see the problem. What's weird is to be well aware of the enormous amount of alcohol-fueled violence at football games through rioting and looting and still not see the problem. But anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about the modest dress code at stadiums.
It's good to see a lot of women enjoying it over there too, Clinty.
There weren't too many in the stands, were there, Carlos?
Haven't spotted one yet, Clint.
It was never a big deal to begin with, and the only people that truly had a problem with it were perverts and creeps. And even the separate lines for women passing through security. It turned out to be a petty claim that was casually dismantled by this American woman.
Women are treated with so much more respect. I'm from Texas. When I go places here, I feel safer 100%.
And of course, this is not to mention the countless other reports we're seeing from Westerners praising the Qatari people for their hospitality, generosity, and kindness. We've witnessed countless videos of Qataris rising to the occasion to showcase their traditional Muslim hospitality to the nation's guests, treating them with sweets, dates, free coffee, and all kinds of food. We even witnessed this Australian man who was left homeless after losing his accommodation emotionally thank a Qatari family for inviting him over and allowing him to spend the night with them.
I wanted to experience something different, and experience something different is exactly what I'm doing right now.
And as the World Cup continues to progress, we're only continuing to see claim after claim after claim get debunked and rebuked again and again. So it begs the question, why was there a fuss to begin with? Well, maybe these giant media corporations never wanted you to see this or hear this, or maybe even hear from him.
Jesus Christ, peace be upon him, was a messenger of God.
And maybe they couldn't bear to see Muslims in the limelight and successful for once. Or maybe they didn't want Muslim values to surface to the forefront, and they didn't want their own citizens to shout slogans like this. Let's face it, mainstream media isn't written by everyday people. It's dictated by elite corporate heads who have their own clear agendas in place. They have open biases that are as clear as daylight. And to be brutally honest, they are riddled with racism and Islamophobia. Almost all the reports we've seen are tainted with casual racism and a clear disdain for Muslim values and people.
Okay.
What do you mean, strange?
Yet guess what? All their claims are being ratioed on the daily. Their likes and shares are being overshadowed by the comment section on almost all their posts. The people have had enough and are finally speaking and thinking for themselves. So keep trying, Western media, because you're failing miserably.